Hey everyone, it's WHM Brick Bros back with another video, and today I am going to be showcasing my latest MOC. For our latest MOC. This is just kind of like a little scene that we created, basically, droids versus, clones. So, nothing like too special when it comes to minifigs and that kind of thing. But I thought I had a lot of just kind of like bins lying around at one point, and some junk, like blasters, I guess binoculars, some weird things here. I just threw some studs and so on, and I think it looks really nice. And we're just kind of messing around with like what we could play around with. It was just some simple pieces and a little bit of a marketplace. And I think it turned out really nice. This droid is not fully on, and you could actually stick him here, but it doesn't work quite well because this guy's like rolling a droid popper here. If you can see that there. But two droids, they're kind of in formation. I noticed I am using a backpack technique that's pretty simple. It's just I think it looks really good. So it's just a grate with a part of an antenna on top, and it's a very simple MOC, but I think it captures a nice essence of like a marketplace in a way. You've kind of got this canopy, and you've got some tubes, which I really like adding those in. Those look really nice, I think. Just here and here. So I got two tubes there. Just this kind of bigger piece here and some crates, and I'll get into that in much more detail further on in this video. So basically, I just gave you a brief overview of the full MOC. I'm gonna go into detail about what I did here, kind of how I built this, what my techniques were, and that's gonna be about it for this video. It's gonna be on the shorter end, but I hope you like it. And so let's get into it. Alright, so first of all, you'll notice that it has two clones and two droids. So and it's kind of like a marketplace. And basically, in here, let's start from the left. You're going to have this disc piece that's actually from the Razor Crest. And it has a clip piece. It's simply attached. If you turn it, and you get a nice look in there, you'll notice it's just a clip and a little piece here. It's like the opposite of the clip. It kind of hooks inside. I don't want to take it off because it is a pain. Then you'll notice the back of a clone trooper. He is firing at this droid. They're both kind of firing at the same time. I just added that in kind of last minute just to show some more perspective. So next there is these little like rock. Not necessarily rock, but just kind of rubble in a way. I just thought I'd add that in. It has a nice kind of look. Along with these two crates, and if you take a look inside, you'll notice that there is like a blaster, some blasters. We had more in there. Another blaster, some binoculars, that kind of thing. And then you'll see that rubble again. Alright, so after that, you'll notice that I have just changed color a little bit. I'm using some dark gray tiling off here. And not just only using flappies, mixing in some studs here. Is really nice. I think that's something that I think you really should do with LEGO if you're doing MOCs. And here, I just knocked this off, but you'll notice inside, it's very simple mechanism. And it just creates kind of cool look. But really using the studs to your advantage. Because studs are LEGO. That is how LEGO is going to look. And you're not going to get any other look that looks LEGO. So you kind of have to use them. You could tile it all off, but it just doesn't look LEGO. So this guy's just rolling a droid popper. I used a detonator. It's they used them in the Clone Wars. He has his blasters kind of off to the side, not using it. This droid's is trying to kill him, or shoot him right here. And then moving around, you'll notice that there's a tent above them. There's one droid underneath, and he is firing in there. inside that tent is kind of like a marketplace. This is another marketplace with some more crates. And so you've got a crate here with some just like junk poles. I just threw random stuff in these because I thought it looked kind of cool. You'll notice that there's some just studs in that one. And that's like another just simple technique that I think looks really nice. And just going through some of the techniques is another thing that I used here. One of these just brown crates with like this piece here that I actually used for crosshair to make a much nicer looking rifle. But it's in here with another blaster. So for the canopy, I'm going to take it off and just basically show you what I did. So if we go back, this is going to be tough to remove. But basically the canopy is a pretty simple mechanism. It's not even a mechanism, I guess. But it's very simple, not too complicated. Hard part is just, I felt like when I put it square on, because it's this weird, I made this weird canopy. And I was kind of basing it off of the one from the speeder chase, which has like the speeders and, I don't remember the plant's name, but it's something from Lego. I based it off of that, but I expanded it some. So the thing with this, though, is that it looks too big by itself, and that's something that I found a problem, especially straight on. So I had to put it offset at an angle here, and which you'll notice if you bring it into view here. Whoops. But this is sticking out here. There's another stud right here, one back there, and then one up here. So it's offset just a tiny bit. And there's just some studs lying around with some more junk. And it's just kind of like a nice look that really kind of feels like a marketplace to me. In Star Wars, just because there's always a lot of junk lying around. Basically, it's a simple canopy. Just some movies stuck together as supports. Some of these get this weird angle. A lot of just random wedge plates of random colors with some random tiling, because I really felt like that was something that's another kind of thing. A lot of randomness. And then you've got this tube which actually comes down and will wrap around here. And then you've got this little thing on top. Moving into the actual marketplace, again, just getting a better look. Some of the techniques I used were for these crates is turning ovens on their sides. So this is a technique that I just kind of started messing around with. And if I can find another oven, I'll show you, or I can just show you here. But basically, this is an oven right here. And it's pretty simple. I just turn it on its side, use one of these brackets, and stuck it on the end, just like that. And it creates a really nice bin. And I was running out of these brown bins, and I turned some of them on an angle and threw some more random studs in there. You know, I was just kind of like, you know, running out of ideas. But this is definitely tough to get on, and it helps to remove all the minifigures. So this is definitely a fragile thing, especially with the droids. But if you do remove all the minifigures, it does look pretty plain, and this is not a very nice look. And if you just take a look at this top view, just like this, it has this kind of L here, and it's got the crates, but it's not very interesting. And once you add that canopy, which I'll add here in a second, and I'll just show you how I added it. First of all, you want to remove this, but instead of taking off this entire thing, just pull off this to one tube. It'll come off pretty easily. And if you want to kind of like copy this MOC, I'm not going to show you how to build it, obviously, but, you know, I'm kind of just showing you some little tricks I've found. Tubing is really hard to work with, but if you can kind of like conquer it in a way. This should hook together. It can be a pain, and I think this is supposed to go back here. But working with these poles is not easy, and it's really hard to do. But if you work with it like that, it does sit at an angle. Some of these are a little bit like weird like vertical things, but it works overall. And you'll just stick this right back in. It works really easy. This one's tough. I wanted this tube to wrap around because I thought it'd be a cool look, and it ended up looking really nice. But it's tough to get wrapped around. And then I just try to stick it, that end right behind there, and this tube, if you raise it up just a little bit, does a decent job of holding it, and it doesn't work great, so it'll snap back to this position, but even that position works, and it looks nice. It just kind of adds a little bit more to the MOC. And just tightening things up, messing with them how you want them to be, and then adding your minifigs. And positioning your minifigs is a big key thing that I've found is if you don't have it positioned quite right, it can really feel wrong. And having this guy's blaster stick out really felt wrong to me. So I put it in and it felt much better. The minifig positioning is crucial. And getting this guy in can be a little bit of a pain. And also, droids are so hard to work with. They're so flimsy. And it works, but, it's not the greatest. And if you want to, make this guy stand back here, you can. It's not great. You can remove that and have him here. This is just another look. Have this guy right here. Maybe you could even add this in, right here or something. Just as, something that they've rolled into position. But that's about it. You can really mess around with these things. A lot of it I've made so that they can come off pretty easily and be moved. But it's a nice MOC. Overall, I really like the way it turned out. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a like. And also, I do a lot more content like this, a lot of MOCs too. I'm probably going to do even more MOCs in the future. I have done 2 so far. I've done a big Mos Eisley MOC, which I really think you would enjoy. Anybody who's a fan of Star Wars will love to see this one. I go through it all. The minifigs are set up and everything. So go check that out. Just click on my little icon below. Also, I've done a little mini Hoth MOC, and then I'll probably show you how to do another Hoth MOC that's more minifigure scale. It's not so much of a MOC, but it's just kind of like a cool little play feature kind of build that you can make with some Hoth Snow Trooper battle packs and some extra pieces. And also, I've done my first 2 reviews came out, so that's on the new ATSD and the new Snow Trooper battle pack. I hope you should. If you like reviews, go check those out. Those are some fun videos to watch. I did post a really long video on how to make an awesome Imperial shuttle that I completely redid and now I've covered with ivy or whatever, greenery. Kind of cool thing to do here. Just for display, I was displaying it kind of with Mos Eisley in a way, or not necessarily with Mos Eisley, but just kind of on the side. Took some of these green pieces, covered it up. It looks pretty nice. I have to say, I really like the way it turned out. I'm not going to show you how to do that in the video, but I will show you how to build that. You may have noticed it looks different. It is a lot different. It's a really long video, but if you like that, go check that out. A bunch of other videos. I do mostly improvements on this channel. I'm getting more and more into MOCs. I'm going to try maybe do a little mini MOC once a week or so. Now, I think that's going to be my goal. On top of maybe starting a giant MOC of Fenway Park, which I'm doing as a big project. I may or may not film that. We'll see. But if that's something you might like, consider subscribing and leaving a like. But that's about it. I'm not going to go into any more detail. But that wraps it up. So this is WHM Brick Bros signing off. We'll see you next time.